I'm Chef Reactions, and the other day Traeger dropped off a skid full of stuff. Today I'm gonna set it up and give you my initial thoughts. Oh, ho, 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 ho. The cool thing about Traeger boxes is when you're done with it, you can turn it into a fort. So it comes with all your hardware, tools, and your instructions. It says start here. What should you do? Start here. If you're not gonna use your Traeger box as a fort, I recommend using it to store all your cardboard as you're breaking this shit down. Comes with a bunch of stickers, some instruction manuals, assembly guide, owner's manual, recipe books. Make sure you have plenty of space to work with. This thing is not small. So what I like to do is lay everything out, kind of like I'm doing my mise en place, and that way I know where everything is, and then go from there. A few housekeeping items before we get started. One, thank you Traeger for your generosity. I couldn't believe it when all this stuff showed up. I asked them for a discount code and they sent me all this shit, so thank you to Traeger. Second of all, Traeger would not have sent me any of this if it weren't for you the viewer at home who watches my TikToks, watches my Instagrams, watches this YouTube channel, so thank you. Thank you very much. This is some crazy shit I'm really excited for. Third, and most importantly, even though this was all given to me free of charge, it will not impact my ability to give this a fair and honest rating. Caveat, I have owned a Traeger. I had a little tailgater for a long time. I'm already a fan of the products. Today we're gonna be unboxing and setting up the Traeger Ironwood XL as well as a bunch of accessories that they sent me. I'm gonna give you just initial thoughts today. It's hard to give a full review on an item you just pulled out of the box. We'll revisit this in about 3 months so I can give you an updated opinion on the product itself. This is the point in the video where I remind everybody to hit that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to the channel. All interactions help feed the algorithm. Everything is packaged very intuitively, which I like. Fucking packaging has come a long way. Back in the day, it used to be like, you open the box, like, here's your shit, figure it out. Now it's kind of like all laid out in order. Essentially, the grill itself is assembled. You do have to put together a couple of the accessories and the stand, but the grill is put together, which is nice. This thing's fucking sick. Hell yeah. Assembly guide. Oh my God, okay. You can assemble your Traeger by yourself, I did, but you will need somebody to help you in the initial stages get it laid on its side, so shout out Mrs. Reactions. Rather than have you watch me struggle through putting this thing together, we'll just come back in a little bit, yeah? Cool. First thing you're gonna notice about this thing is that the build quality is pretty fucking fantastic. Like everything feels like it's a good weight. The worst thing about getting something like this, you get it and then it feels cheap or light. This is just my first impressions and to talk about the features and shit like that. I'll let you know what I think of it after I get a chance to use it for a couple months. Like, I don't know. Comes with 2 color-coded probes for probing your meat, so you always know what temperature it is. These also connect to this, which also connects via Bluetooth to an app that they have, which allows you to monitor the temperature of it. So let's say you have like a pork roast or some shit in there, a pork shoulder, and you want to know what temperature it's at before pulling it, check your phone, it's good to go. Again, it's easy. This rail that you see all around here is called their pop and lock system. Pop and lock system. Send me a shelf, we'll set that up later and show you that. There's also like a little cup holder, I guess for your beers. You can get a rack for this side, that's a paper towel rack. Look, I've made jokes about Traegers. I will continue to make jokes about Traegers. I have no problem with the product Traeger. I have a problem when people take any product and make it their entire fucking personality, okay? Maybe in a month or two, I might end up buying some black gloves, a leather apron, who knows? We got a nice little prep table here. The bottom of it actually has like an opening. I think this might be a spot for an induction burner. We'll see. That's probably gonna be an upcharge because if they can, they will. The one up from this has it already built in. I don't know what, the Timberline. I think it's called the Timberline. The lid is very heavy. It's an insulated lid. You've got this lining right here that goes all the way to keep the heat inside. This area right here, this is the top of the actual hopper. They sell a magnetic cutting board that just fits right on top here. That's actually kind of a smart idea too. It's pretty user intuitive. The hopper itself holds 22 pounds, which I think is the same as a full bag, I have to double check that, of pellets. Come over yonder, won't you? You got a pellet sensor there that lets you know if you're running low on pellets. If you're not familiar with how pellet grills operate, not just Traegers, this hopper fills with pellets. The auger down there at the bottom forces them into a chamber that ignites them, which creates smoke. Speaking of smoking, this Traeger also has a super smoke mode. It runs from about 165 to 225. Anything above that, you're not going to get the super smoke mode. Super smoke mode was also my nickname in high school. There's a ton of cooking space. There's 924 square inches, including the top and bottom, 594 down here, and then 330 on this top warming grate. The grates are made of porcelain coated steel, so when you're cleaning them, you don't want to have anything too abrasive on there, otherwise you're going to wear right through that fucking coating. To clean this thing, I'm going to show you a full clean the first time I actually have to clean it, but I'll just kind of pull this apart to show you how it's built. You got your grates for cooking. You got this little cap. This is your regulator for your grease. And you got this guy right here. And then this. You got your grease trap and your burn pot right there. This thing is pretty badass. Would I buy a Traeger in general? I did buy one. I've owned one for a long time. I've used it for a long time. It's a great product. The grill does get up to about 500 allegedly, but I haven't tried that out. I will also test temperature ranges for my follow-up video as well. Got a nice little storage rack down here. Cleaning solution, they sent me this. They also sent me a brush. It's not steel, I don't know what it's made out of, composite something or other. Got a couple of these storage bins. I bought these myself because I wanted a place to store the pellets. The cool thing is you put this bin right here, pull this right here, and the pellets will empty out into the container. On my old tailgater, there was no way to take the pellets out. Like once they were in until they weren't. Let's say you're using applewood and then you want to do mesquite for something else, you just fucking pop that open, drop the applewood ones out, pop the mesquite in. That's a pretty great idea, actually. Another new feature on the Ironwood series of Traegers is the quick release cleanup system. So you just reach down here, pop out this little bucket canister thing. This collects both grease as well as ash. There used to be a little bucket that would hang off the side and collect all the grease, but they've kind of gotten rid of that. I don't know how many times I fucking knocked that thing over on my old Traeger. It was such a fucking pain in the ass. I have stains all over my concrete as a result of it, whatever. The touch screen and all of the interfaces are very user-friendly, and the seasoning process is super simple. Like, you just turn the fucking thing on, fill it with pellets, and follow the instructions on the screen. The Ironwood XL retails for about $2,000, and look, that's a pretty big investment. So if you're looking to buy one of these, I suggest you do your research and listen to people way smarter than my dumbass. But I appreciate you watching this anyway. So Traeger also sent this cover. One thing I will recommend, regardless if you get a Traeger, a regular barbecue, whatever, invest in a cover. You're gonna extend the life of your product for a long, long time. This thing's pretty high quality as well. Before any of you barbecue dorks start going at me in the comments like, hey, get a real grill, get a real smoker. Bro, I'm trying to fucking set this thing and forget it. Like, I have the attention span of a squirrel. Speaking of which, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.